Today I'm gonna make a video counting down each of the characters killing each of the members of Gatlin's force. And I'm gonna count down how Gatlin was defeated. So let's get started. And make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you like all the content I'm making. Alright, now enjoy. This is the first fight between Daniel and the first member, Garfield. Basically, Daniel and Garfield face off when they're in the training room, not before it took place outside in the skies. While fighting, Daniel managed to hit Garfield in the stomach, not before hitting him in the head. Garfield gets enraged by this and goes to a full power form. However, Daniel, being the smart one, managed to cut through him, decapitating him. However, luckily enough, another member who's the weakest member of the force comes to rescue Garfield, taking him back to the hideout, leaving Daniel unscathed and unharmed. So as for Garfield, after being picked up by the lower rank member, he was taken back to the hideout and revived by being just stitched together. But luckily enough, he gets more physical strength, and he went back to go fight Daniel again in the desert. However, luckily enough, Leonard appeared, and Leonard and Daniel started running Garfield's money. At the end, Garfield is brutally killed by Leonard and Daniel by using a Mega Beam Blast, obliterating him. And the last words that Garfield says is, "I'll come for you, you'll never forget this," after being killed. However, he was later revived from Gatlin because he was actually now becoming his apprentice. And that's kind of it about him. One is named Kyle. Basically, Kyle fought Jimmy. This all started because Kyle was sent to go find a person who got lost in the mountains. As a result, Kyle realized that the traveler was killed by Jimmy, but luckily enough, Kyle managed to revive the traveler while fighting Jimmy at the same time. While fighting Jimmy ended up cutting Kyle in half, caused Kyle to almost die, but luckily enough, his dad managed to revive him, while Kyle managed to defeat Jimmy by hitting him on the crystal on his stomach. As a result, Jimmy then explodes, leaving nothing more but dust, causing him to be killed off. After that, Gatlin then revived them, but brutally punished him by ripping him into many pieces. This is because Gatlin doesn't need him anymore. For Jimmy, after Jimmy was punched in the stomach from Kyle, which on his stomach right there, he explodes, he was later revived by Gatlin and was later killed by being ripped in pieces because Gatlin doesn't need him anymore. As a result, Jimmy ended up ending up in the underworld, but was later brought back by a wizard named Wizard Caligar for more evil deeds, but was later destroyed by being sent off to space, being obliterated, killed once and for all, and with Gatlin starting to plan more enemies by cloning him. Later, those clones were killed. So, for Shaolin managed to defeat Billy because this is a one-on-one fight with their curse and artifacts. While fighting, Shaolin managed to punch Jimmy in the head, cracking his skull, not before giving him an uppercut, decapitating him for good. As a result, Billy ending up in the underworld as the same as Jimmy. However, Billy was kept there for 20 years, not before being brought back by Jimmy, so he can take on Daniel, Leonard, and Kyle again. However, Shaolin managed to defeat him a second time by punching him through the stomach with a bomb inside, causing Billy to explode, killing him for good. And after Gatlin heard about this, Gatlin decides to take the remains of Billy and put him in a bag, leaving him there to rot as a punishment. So, as for Billy was brutally killed off by Shaolin after being decapitated from the head, causing him to be in the underworld with Jimmy. After being there for years, Jimmy ended up resurrecting him back, with Billy working together with Jimmy, being given orders by Gatlin and given magical purple aura powers so he can take on Shaolin again. However, Shaolin managed to get a super boost, managed to kill off Jimmy and Billy, causing them both to be obliterated and explode. After that happens, Billy's remains was captured by Gatlin, and put it in a bag to rot as a punishment.